goal is to become a full-time artist. I've been working now as a part-time artist for a couple of decades, and I want to figure out, or try to figure out, if there's a way to ramp it up and actually make a living and earn a decent wage that can keep a roof above my head and be able to survive, if not thrive. And this isn't going to be an easy task for many reasons, many obstacles. It hasn't been an easy task up until this date, but the aim is to kind of log my progress and to sort of document that and figure out if there is a path to success. I'm sure there is, and I think the more I discuss it, the more I'm going to be able to come across it and hopefully share a few insights along the way. I suppose this week's insight, this update, is more that sometimes things aren't going to happen overnight. You're not just going to suddenly stumble upon the magic formula just by doing something, over the course of a week. It's going to take some time. And what do you do basically if things aren't working out? So the idea with any goal, any endeavour, is that if you have a goal like this, and you value it, and you can see yourself making progress, your brain is going to apparently produce more dopamine, more happy chemicals that are going to then allow you to want to continue the endeavour. But what do you do if you're not getting any dopamine? What happens when you've got a goal, you want it to work out, but it's just not working out, and therefore you're not getting that kind of that feedback, that indication that yes, this is good, the thing you're pursuing is paying off. I think that can be the reason why most people don't stick at anything, because you need that, I wouldn't necessarily say instant, but pretty much you just want to see some progress. And I think I always compare art and becoming a sort of a practicing artist to working out and fitness and stuff, because it's the same thing. It's because it's so hard. It's so hard to lose 100 pounds, and it's also so hard to go from drawing a stick man to drawing something which other people would look at and think, oh yeah, that's quite good. You can actually do a good job at creating something there. And I think because it is so hard, you don't see that natural progress instantly. And I'm finding that's the same with just trying to ramp it up, trying to get to that next level, to try and, go from making a few sales here and there to actually thinking, oh, wow, okay, this is like a proper business now where, things are moving and I don't feel worried or concerned that things are going to suddenly stop, which, when I just look at the trajectory of how things have gone over the last few years in regard to me selling my art prints, for example, which is kind of what I'm focusing on at the moment. Things kind of went up sort of during and sort of post-COVID, and then they kind of went straight back down again as the years went on. And, you don't want to see that trajectory. You want to see things continually go up, up, up. So it's quite disappointing to think, oh, wow, okay, I can see things that actually start to take off, and now it's not taking off. In fact, it's going the opposite way. And 2024 has kind of continued to be like that. So yeah, with all these obstacles and all these kind of lacks of progress, it kind of creates this sort of, I don't know, I feel like it's creating a dopamine absence in my brain, or something like that's going on. I mean, that's kind of the sciencey stuff about it, but all I know is how I feel, and I can agree that when the goal isn't paying off, you just don't feel like exploring it anymore. So for that reason, I've ended up taking a little bit of a break from the professional side of things, and instead I've moved on to model painting. It was my birthday not too long ago, and I was gifted this 3D resin print. I've got a 3D printer myself, but I can only do the small 3-4-inch tall models and miniatures and things like that in it. But so I wanted something a bit bigger. I asked for this, someone printed it for me. The hardcore manga fans out there, anime fans, especially those that grew up and reading manga in the early to probably late 90s, you'd probably recognise that this is the Guyver. So the Guyver basically is the coolest looking, I don't know what you call it, organic metal mecha armour suit that has probably ever been designed. I mean, not only does it look cool, but every little detail actually has a function. every little orb or spike or piece on the armor kind of has a sort of special power, you know, like the orb in the middle of his waist kind of lets the user of the Guyver armor levitate, and even though this is a bust, the spikes that would otherwise be on the arms kind of extend and could be used as swords, things like that. It just, I don't know, it just really inspired me as a kid, and I've always been a massive fan of the series. It's just a shame that the manga, even though it was written decades ago, has been on hiatus for so long that it will probably never get finished. I think, fingers crossed, one day it will be done and resumed, and we can finally figure out how it all ends. But had some pretty interesting ideas, or Prometheus style ideas of a creator coming, or creators coming to planet Earth to basically start life, and then as part of that process ended up tinkering around with it, seeing what would happen if we stuck a human in a Guyver armor, sort of bio armor, mega power suit. Then the creators apparently got scared, ran away, and that was that. But yeah, I don't know, it's just one of these things which I've been a big fan of, and I kind of, basically I wanted to do some, or have some sculptures or statues or something that in my rooms around the house which actually meant something to me. Because I think it's so easy to just go to your local, I don't know, well, go online or go to just a local furniture and home store and, you know, just buy some plaque that says live, love, laugh, or you only live once, or just, I don't know, hearts made out of sticks, or, you know, like a, I don't know, I don't know, there's just the usual things. And some things are quite cool, and it's like you just want to add some little touches to just sort of, I don't know, create some kind of interesting effect in your home. Fair enough, that's okay. But yeah, I'm on the lookout for things that are a bit more unique and a bit more original. And like I say, I've only got this small 3D printer, and I would like to print bigger things, so I'm having to sort of outsource the printing to other 3D printers at the moment, and then bring them back, paint them up myself, and you know, sometimes full color, but in this case just sort of like a black and white manga style sort of dry brush and ink effect. So anyway, that was just a little something just to say that's what I ended up doing this week. And I suppose the message of this video, if there is one, is that if you're not getting that dopamine high from pursuing the goal and it's not working out, and you're just feeling like, oh, I don't know, is this worth it? I haven't got the motivation. Maybe the thing to do is, at least for a while, like I have at the minute, just readjust, find something kind of in the same field where you're getting to do something creative, but where you know the goal is achievable. You know, it's like more of a bite-sized thing where it's like, okay, I need to prime this model, then I need to paint it, then I need to add a ink wash to it, then I need to dry brush it, and then varnish it, and then it's good to go. It's doable, you know, you can do that in a day or a couple of days, a week, whatever. And yeah, the final result is something nice that you can look at for the rest of your life, potentially. And yeah, at least for that time, you're not worried about the business side of things. You know, how am I going to turn this thing around, and how am I going to, you know, make this impossible task, or this seemingly impossible task, possible. But I think there are answers, and I'll probably get to those in another video.